Howdy folks, just a quick little tutorial on the Rxdap. Lots of static crashing this morning, very noisy band. And she's going to be going tight here, so probably static crashing will start to subside. But as you can see, the pan adapter's hopping pretty good. She's got a lot of snap, crackle, pop, and I was just listening to these guys. I could copy them, no problem. One of the guys, it wasn't running power, and it's because that's the system. So I wanted to show you what I do to suppress the static crashing, static crashing to about almost nil. Removes about 99% of it and then lifts the audio up and out. So the first thing I wanted to show you is the Burtom denoiser right here. So what I do is I set this up to either auto, which is here, or manual, which is here. Now you can take these sliders and you can drag them up or down just by left clicking and holding on these arrows, and then drag the mouse up and down. If you drag it up, it'll apply more noise reduction. So what I do, if I'm listening, let's say at 3 kilohertz wide, right? Or let's say someone's transmitting at 3.3 kilohertz or 3.6 kilohertz. For static crashing, what I do is I always have the high roll-off on, which is this button right here. So what I do is if you left click and hold right here and drag up and down, you can move that frequency. So what I did was I set this on 3 kilohertz max, because I really don't need to hear, just for copyability, I don't need to hear anything above 3 kilohertz. As long as they have enough energy in their audio, I can understand what they're saying. On the bottom end, what I do is I apply a roll off. So this button's on. This is only for static crashing, right? This button is on right here. So it rolls off all the frequencies below like 121 hertz. I'm going to actually bring this up to about 125. And it's still enough warmth in the bottom end to make it okay to listen to. But this is all for QRN suppression and copyability. And it makes a huge difference. Okay, so that's basically all I do on the denoiser. Now, if we come over here to the sun, and this applies to any radio, I apply my noise reduction. Let me go look. DSP. My NR taps are at 1, delay is 5. I don't use a lot of noise reduction. It's very, very subtle, but I find it really helps often the DAP system. Some of the time on the shorter wavelengths, I don't even run it because the bands are incredibly quiet. But in this situation, especially on 75, 80 meters, when it's bouncing like this with a lot of QRN, it helps a lot. So that's where my settings are set at. Taps. Let me expand this all the way out so you can see where my noise reduction is set to. Maybe you could try to emulate that. It does help. I've played around a lot with that. And there's probably a better setting, but I got tired of playing with it. And that's where I settled. All right. Now, the second thing is I apply an RX EQ. And you can go here. Now, you can also do this in the software. You can bring an EQ in. So I have this title, Static Crash. And so this suppresses, I have it pulled down right in this area from 700 hertz to like 2 kilohertz. You can see the cuts, -2, -3, -2, -2. 2.8 and 4 I leave alone. Might be worth pulling the 4 down. Just be careful with this because you will pull out so much articulation that you won't be able to understand them. But that's about it. Set up your RX EQ, save a profile for static crashing, and you can turn it on and off by hitting this button. And you can also select which profile you want for the RxEQ. Okay? These are all powerful tools. This is why I do this. It's insane what you can do with this. Guys are saying, oh, I can't really hear you because the QRN's so bad. And I mean, I can hear a flea fart just with this system. All right, so let's click out of that. And let's get the audio on. And we'll give it a listen.
Aware of it. We met up with the guys last night, and nobody was mentioning any show. Got the big Mopar show down in Carlisle this weekend, though. A couple of the boys are going down to that, which
we didn't even hear that static crash. You see that?
A couple people
can't hear that one either.
Sounds like a good day for doing something like that. It's going to be too hot, humid for any other activity.
Well, it's supposed to be hot here tomorrow and the next day. It's almost near 90.
Yeah, same here. It was like that yesterday afternoon. It was well into the 80s and very humid. And I did some work there in the morning, and then in the afternoon I curtailed it down to just some domestic duties inside the house.
Well, my allergies have popped up here again today or yesterday, and oh Jesus, I got the fat face and the itchy eyes, and it's just great.
Yeah, well, I the only thing I had to do yesterday, a couple of times I had to go and put eye drops in just to stop the itchiness in the eyes.
Well, I don't know what it is. I thought it was the hay across the street that did that to me, but they've cut that. It's not there anymore, so it must be grass.
So the more you bring this up,
the
more it'll suppress the static crashing, but the more top end it'll take off the audio.
Under control anyway, but what a pain in the butt.
But with a set of cans, he's easily copyable.
Yeah, I take
with no noise.
For pains in the butt.
So this is on auto. You'll hear a lot more of the static crashing.
Periodically, I take one of those over-the-counter allergy pills, and they seem to work.
See how the
Jim, I get plugged up here quite frequently too, and I found that I talked to the doctor about it. He said, "Well, you got to try this nasal spray."
See how it
I can't remember the name of it right now, but I got plenty of it upstairs. And I told.
See how it suppresses the static crashing? Pretty neat. It does affect the audio, of course, but when it comes to copyability, he pretty much goes, instead of fighting to even hear him, he goes into literally an armchair copy. And he's not that strong. About an S9, S8, yeah, S9 plus 5, which is pretty good signal. But when it's noisy, you almost need like a 20 over. No, I can copy him at an S6, S7, no problem in the middle of that crap. Anyways, we'll see you later. Just figured I'd show you guys that. Have a good day.